What is popping? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Just K, and this is just my opinion. So finally, lads, we've got Tom Aspinall defending his heavyweight championship against CIRYL Gane. Obviously, I feel like it should have been John Jones, but we all know that situation. This is a very good matchup for Tom. Very good. I think out of all the people that it could have been, second to John, CIRYL Gane is probably the best in terms of a challenge. You know, is Tom as good as I think he is? Is he as good as we all think he is? Most people will agree at this stage of his career, he's like his last 6 fights have finished. 5 of them are finished in the first round, and with only 1 going into the second round, all of them stoppages. At this stage, he needs somebody who can kind of prove to us that yes, he is as good as we think he is. So I'm gassed about it. I'm excited about it. I've got a few things to touch on when it comes down to what I think potentially is dangerous for Tom, because I was going over some of his previous fights where there's not much to go by. I'm being honest. Yeah, like you're talking like total time, like probably like 10 minutes of footage. But I watched the Curtis Blades rematch, and there's a couple things, man. There's a couple things that I was like, against CIRYL Gane, it could be dangerous. So I'm going to show you guys the footage that I've been watching and just kind of break down what I think is dangerous for Tom. So this is the second fight against Curtis Blades. Obviously, we all know what happened in the first one, injuries, blah, blah, blah. But this one is what counts. So let's have a look.
Underdog Blades. Curtis is letting his hands go early. He has worked so hard.
Tom, he's got good feints, man. So quick as well. The guy's so fast for a heavyweight. But look, if you blink, you miss it. This is the thing. Tom gets caught, and he does get hit in a couple of his fights, but he's got a chin, which is definitely the thing that saves him. But it's this one here particularly. If you watch Curtis, just here, Tom kind of overthrows his right cross, and he kind of has to scramble and find himself again. And like in this exchange where they're kind of trying to find each other again, Curtis throws a cheeky little left hook and it lands beautifully, but if you blink, you miss it. So just there. And the thing is, right, Curtis hasn't got the best hands. So if you go off like the situation, Curtis probably didn't even understand that he landed that shot, and that Tom probably was a little bit flustered. So like Tom kind of falls into him, they clinch up, and from there, they come off the exchange, but then Curtis goes back to headhunting. No setting up, no nothing, just goes back to headhunting. And then you're doing this, that he catches Tom again there. And this is the thing, he can get caught. Tom does get touched, but people, they don't set up shots so perfectly well timed. It's beautiful. This is the part that makes the big difference. So eventually Tom gets a read, and once he's got the read and his timing, this is what happens. You can see it here now. Look, it's just a simple 1-2, but he slips off the line, jab, cross, boom, and this is where the fight's over. Too much power, too fast, hurts him, fight's done. But before that, you saw that Tom was getting clipped. I'm gonna show you another clip where he versus I can never say this guy's name, but Pavlovich, right? And bearing in mind, Pavlovich can crack too, right? So this is how you know Tom's got a chin.
Championship on the line.
The beautiful leg kick from Tom.
Sergey's working with Steve Mocco down in Florida, one of the better heavyweight wrestling coaches in the entire country.
This is what I'm saying.
And around the world.
We talk about Pavlovich's size.
Beautiful feint. Tom's really good, man. For a heavyweight as well, he moves so light on his feet. But so does CIRYL Gane.
But it's because he's a little taller, long and lean for the heavyweight.
But this is what I'm saying here. You'll see what I'm saying about when Tom gets caught. And this is again a cheeky little left.
That's not what you used to see.
Tom, look. So here in these exchanges, Tom kind of opens up because he's so confident. He commits to his shots. He doesn't throw them any half-heartedly. He goes for it, right? But that can also leave you open. So it's a perfect example where I've paused it. You can see Tom is open, and he's open to that left. And again, the left hand lands, right? And Tom's hurt here. That was a very good left, and Pavlovich can crack, right?
Yeah, Tom took
But it's the problem with these heavyweights is that they just stick headhunting. There's no leg kicks. There's no body shots. There's no setting up the shot to try and hit him in the head again. It's just headhunting. And if we fast forward, you see headhunting. Tom's landing leg kicks, more headhunting. But then eventually Tom cracks him because Tom gets his time in. And once Tom's got his time in, look, bang, that's it. The fight it's over. Once Tom's got you like that, he's going to finish. And look, the fight's done. But CIRYL Gane is smarter than this. CIRYL Gane is smarter than a lot of these heavyweights, especially when it comes to striking. And I'm going to show you something. When he fought Tai Tuivasa. So in this fight, CIRYL Gane gets hurt. So look, just here, boom. But it's not about him getting hurt. That part doesn't really matter. I mean, it does. It shows that he can get hurt too, and he can get caught, which I believe Tom can definitely land. If Ty's landing on you, Tom's going to land on you, right? But it's what he does after he's hurt. So this is survival here. He's surviving. He's definitely hurt. He's a bit wobbled, right? But it's what he does after he's been injured. He starts instead of kind of. So look, Ty's headhunting, swinging for the head. But you missed that. Sorry, I missed it. This is the part. So he goes as Ty's coming in. As Ty's trying to headhunt, CIRYL body shot, knee. Yeah, hurts Ty. Again, body shot, knee to the body shot, gets clipped again. And goes to the body one last time. And my whole point is that when CIRYL Gane is fighting, instinctively, this is when he's hurt. You got to think you're not firing on all cylinders here. You're kind of wobbled. You're trying to clear the cobwebs, as they say, right? And instinctively, he goes for the body shot. So that means it's just programmed into him to mix it up, go for a different shot other than just the head, where a lot of these heavyweights, they kind of just go for the head. And I feel like this is where you're going to see the most challenged time. The most challenging time for Tom is trying to figure out that, because he is not used to a heavyweight that mixes it up as well as CIRYL Gane. So I think that's where it could potentially be a problem for Tom. One is that Tom does get clipped, and secondly, CIRYL Gane's going to be mixing it up. Now, I think Tom's going to be too fast, and I think Tom's timing is going to be too much. I think if it's going to be, Tom's going to win, but I think it's more going to be a submission. Only because of other stuff that I've seen where CIRYL Gane gets taken down. And I feel like Tom's going to probably hurt him between the second and third, and they're going to be scrambling. And then eventually Tom's going to, as they clinch, Tom's going to take him down and get the submission. Due to CIRYL Gane trying to clear the cobwebs, I don't think Tom's going to knock him out. I think Tom's going to hurt him. It's going to go to the ground, and then Tom's going to get the submission. That's my prediction. I reckon round 3, I think that's when the fight will be ended by Tom. I could be wrong, and if I'll be lying, I'm like 90% confident in this one. Normally, I'm like, yeah, I can figure it out in my own head, my ego, yeah, I can figure it out. But this one, I'm like 90%. However, we can't underestimate CIRYL Gane, and it could become a 5-rounder. I just don't think so. I think it's going to be a stoppage. It's going to be a submission in my opinion. And I don't think CIRYL Gane is, even though he's fast on his feet, he's light, he moves well, he just gets caught a little bit too much for my liking. And I don't think he's ever been caught by someone as sharp as Tom. So I feel like Tom's going to crack him, scramble, go to the floor. Tom's going to get the submission due to CIRYL Gane trying to clear the cobwebs, but he's not going to be completely there. And that's where Tom's going to capitalize and get the submission. So that is actually my prediction. I think Tom's going to get the submission. I'm gassed about it. I'm happy that it's finally happening. And you guys just bear with me, man. Like, I'm going to be putting out more content. Trying to figure out the channel myself, man. Trying to figure out how to do these things and how to start, I want to start covering as much as I can, not just the main event, not just the main fight, the whole card, if I eventually can get there. But I don't want to be giving out, my opinion on stuff I haven't done proper research on. So yeah, I've watched these two, studied these two. I think both fantastic fighters. I just think it's Tom Aspinall's time, man. And plus, I'm biased, bro. Super biased. British heavyweight champion. Tom, come on. Anyway, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It's been your boy, Just K. Appreciate all the support. I'm out. Peace.